In the quiet of the night,
ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the guitar angle. Every chord remembers you.
Every chord remembers you.
Every note becomes your name.
Every note becomes a name.
Ooh, baby, ladies and gentlemen, I'm reaching through the frequencies to reach out to you. Do you feel it? Do you feel the athleticism? The amp on the stage catching fire, the smoke effect and the laser, the crowd going wild. Baby, ladies and gentlemen. Do you feel it? Or do you go through life like everybody else, not knowing where to go? But if you're athletic at heart, if you play electric guitar, if you're ready to go, buckle up, ladies and gents, because we got the best, the most athletic guitar stream ever for you today. And with that said, start the clock.
So Sorenzo. Of Sorenzo. Plug in the power, feel the voltage rise. Neon lightning, sparks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head banging, mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby.
Baby, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Unbelievable! Ladies, gentlemen, Zuhair, hey, welcome to the Guitar Angle. Ladies and gents, welcome. I mean, oh my lord, my lord. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Welcome to the Guitar Angle, ladies and gents. I am Mr. Sorenzo, your host with the most. And I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something. I'm in the mood today. I am excited today. Do you know why? Because we got a kick-ass stream for you today. Can you feel it? Static rising. That's right. That's how much we're in mood today. Tell you what we're gonna do today. First, we're going to be talking about a Jackson Pro Plus signature guitar, Randy Rhoads model. We're going to talk about that. It's new and the design is actually really good. So we're going to talk about that first. We're going to talk about the first electric guitar cardboard guitar. Electric guitar that is made out of cardboard. And I'm going to give you a history of guitars today. So if you're into guitar history, you'll enjoy today's session a lot. Then we're going to talk about the Jason Richardson's new signature guitar with Ernie ball, the Cutlass. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Duesenberg guitar. We're going to talk about an Ibanez Premium. The stream is stacked today, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to get the party started, is what I say. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, ooh. Baby, baby. I mean, are we ready to go? All right, that's it. Enough music. Stop it. Stop it. That's it. We've been pretty hyped up already. That's enough. Ladies and gents, Zuhair, how you doing, buddy? Zuhair says, hey. I say hey in return. How are you? Happy Saturday. How's everything? Let's get the party started, ladies and gents. Let me just set the mood right. And then we should be good to go. All right, can I get a confirmation on how loud the backing track is? Is this good? Is this too loud? Man, I'm already sweating. Already sweating. Like, this is how athletic we started the stream on. All right, let's do this, shall we? So, let me get into this. Where are we? Get us there. Let's go. All right. Here we are. Guys, this is the new Pro Plus Series signature Christian Andreu, the guitar player for Gojira, if you guys are into those guys. This guitar is actually interesting. Is not like any other Randy Rhoads. It's not like every other Randy Rhoads that is out there. So you guys know how I feel about Jackson guitars. But this is actually an interesting one. Zuhair says, finally picked up a guitar in a few weeks. Playing now, it's hard for me to be motivated to continue playing. Hope you're faring better. I'm faring athletic, and I need you to feel the same, Zuhair. I need you to pick up the guitar every day. That's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. You know what? Let's just put a pause to this. Here's what I want you to do. Look at me. I want you to pick up that guitar every day for an hour, athletically, and just fool around, have fun, play a song, and just chill with it. That's what I want you to do. Like, and this is what happens, right? This is what happens when somebody forgets about getting on the stage. Crowd going wild. Amps catching fire. That's the kind of volume and gain I'm talking about. You bring in the 5150, put it next to that Marshall, blow the whole thing up, and the amp just explodes. The smoke effect, the lasers, all the bras that gets thrown at you from the crowd onto the stage. One of them gets stuck to your guitar's head, stuck the other one on your face. That's the kind of energy and athleticism I'm talking about here, Zuhair. Not just like sitting there like a classical guitar player, like, no, none of that. So I need you to pick up the guitar every day from now on until the next stream. And on the next stream, I'm going to ask you if you were athletic about it or not. And if not, then we're going to have a problem. Okay? All right, let me go back to my... Zuhair says, thanks, inspiring. I like it. I like it. Dorotio, what's happening, pal? How are you? Happy Saturday. How's things? Let's do this. Let's do this. All righto. Boom. So, this is the new Pro Plus Series signature of Christian Andreu, the Gojira's guitar player. Now, here's the fun thing about it. I'll tell you guys two features there that I thought it's awesome, and this is not like any other Randy Rhoads guitar out there, right? The first one is that it comes with Evertune, and you don't see that many Randy Rhoads guitars like Randy Rhoads V Jacksons that come with an Evertune, and I thought this is great. I liked it. The second thing about it that I thought it was a lot of fun, check out the aesthetics. Check out these like white borders. It's not a binding. The binding won't be that thick, but look at that. And then look at these shark fin, sort of like hollowed out shark fin inlays. And the pickup is a rail only pickup. So overall, the design I thought is really interesting. It's a little different from your usual Jacksons, and I like it. I like it a lot. Doroteo says doing good. I like that too. Hell yes. Hell yes. So, check this out. Check this out. So, what do we have here? We have an alder body, a three-piece neck through construction, but it's a Jackson neck through, right? Just keep that in mind, because when they say neck through, you know, it's a Jackson neck through. So it might not go all the way. It might go just half the way through the body. 12 to 16 compound radius. Not a surprise at all. Ebony fingerboard. 24 jumbo stainless steel frets, fine. 25.5-inch scale, reverse Jackson headstock, as you guys noticed. So it's not that way, it's this way. So that's kind of fun. And then it has a direct mount Fishman Fluence open core modern bridge pickup. Now have a look at this. Check this out. It's a rails, and I like that. I really dig that. And I thought this is awesome. Yeah. And then comes with a 3-way mini toggle to engage Fishman voice changes. It comes in 3 different voices, if I'm not mistaken. The Evertune F6 bridge, locking tuners, and a foam core case is included. That is the general like basic specs of the guitar. Let's have a listen to the guitar and then continue our chats about it, shall we? Let's have a listen to the guitar. So pause the music, pause it. Let us go and have a listen. Doroteo says, yes, thanks. I think the reverse headstock doesn't look good on a Randy Rhoads Flying V. What do you think? Good question. I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest with you, that much. Here's my bigger problem with a reverse headstock on a Jackson like this. Here's my bigger issue. See how on the reverse headstock, the low E and the fifth A string have the longest length after the nut, so between the nut and your tuning keys. See how much they're longer? Whereas if you go to a normal Jackson headstock, the high E and the B are the longest, right? So for me, the way I look at it is not so much the aesthetics of it that I'm sort of a little thing about. It's more like the length of these two, because what happens is that if you go to a headstock like this, right? Let me move myself. So when you go to a headstock like this, when your two thickest strings are the longest, when you play this guitar hard, if you strum it hard, what happens is that the vibration of the string goes through the body and the neck and gets to the headstock, and these two strings start to ring. Right? That's my only problem with it. So aesthetically, to me, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's really more like the ringing and the noise. And so we usually, like when I had my Corey Bailu signature Jackson King V, with that one, I always used a wrap around, like after the nut, between the nut and the tuning keys, so that as I play hard, these two don't ring. Yeah, that's the reason I'm not a fan of the reverse headstock so much in that sense. But aesthetically, I don't mind. I think it looks okay. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it looks fine. I don't mind it. Yeah. I wish like the angle wasn't as steep like that way. I wish it was like a little bit more straighter. But like the overall shape of it is fine. I think ESPs do a great job with the pointy headstocks. Yeah. But that's the only thing I say about it. Like the only thing about it is that just your low strings ring here because the length here is the longest as opposed to this. And if you have a normal headstock, you have the low E and the A string somewhere around here, and then your high E goes there. And so because the string is not as thick, you don't hear the ringing as much. That's my thing about it. Yeah. Zuhair says, I love the reverse headstock on the V guitar. I don't like the regular down tune headstock. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Yeah, it's very taste oriented, this one. So if that's what tickles the pickle, that's a good thing. We like it. Yeah. All right. Shall we listen to the guitar? Here we go. And rock and roll. What an interesting music. So, okay, the reason it sounds like this is because it's probably one of their songs that somebody sings on top of it. Right. Let's see if it gets a little better. So there we go. That's what this guitar is for. And usually, like, when you have a guitar like this, when you have like a single pickup in there, and I understand that the Fishman Fluence here like has, 3 different voicings there, but essentially what happens to a guitar like this, right? It's good for what you just heard. Like, it's very, I don't want to call it a single trick pony, but I'm going to call it a single trick pony. It's a one trick pony, right? It's good for that kind of music and that kind of music. It's designed specifically for that. It's a specialty tool. That's a better word it's not like some Ibanez AZ guitar that is so versatile with like middle pickups and everything that you can use for everything, play funk all the way to whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Guthrie Govan's signature guitar. It's not as versatile as that, if you know what I mean. So that's the idea behind it. Okay, just give me 1 second. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me just bring the mood back on and because we need the mood. All right, let's go. That's better. Let me know, by the way, if the music that we just heard, the demo of that guitar was too loud. There's been an update on the OBS app, and these things look a little weird right now to me. So, so there we go. That's the guitar. And we have a few. Hey, Yo Cutlass says good day. Good day, brother. How are you? Good to see you. Bobby, welcome. How are you doing? Bobby asks, are active pickups really better for metal? Active pickups really better for the things that you want that specific sound for, right? Because all an active pickup is a battery-powered preamp in your pickup, right? So the really good one very common use case of those is for them to be used in pickups that are very, very compressed, right? So you compress the signal of that pickup a lot, and then you put it through preamp and you essentially boost it up a little bit. That's what they're commonly used for. So a very good example of that is EMG 8185 active pickups, because EMGs, contrary to popular belief, is not actually a high output pickup on its own. EMG 8185s and a whole bunch of other EMGs, right? The active ones, on their own without the preamp inbuilt in them, are not high output. It's usually when you've added preamp, so active pickup, battery, yada yada, that's when they become higher in output. Now, they're really good and really tight, the sound that they've got. What they miss, though, is what we call a dynamic range, right? So dynamic range essentially is how far off the frequencies of your sound go. So you have a midline, and your frequencies, like, have a much larger range of movement, if you know what I mean. So when you compress the sound of your guitar, like you compress the signal of the pickup, like the way it is in EMGs, you sort of kill the dynamic range a little. And therefore, the guitar, some people say EMG pickups are sterile. That's why they call it that way. The way I look at it is that it's not, how do I say it that I actually convey what I mean. It's okay. So if you play a guitar with, say, for example, an EMG 8185, obviously the guitar is still gonna sound like what you play and how you play, but not as much as a passive pickup. Do you know what I mean? So with passive pickups, any pickup that has a higher dynamic range for whatever reason, right, and that is not as compressed, the nuances of your playing show a little better. Now, how much of that actually matters when you're playing on high distortion and a long chain of effects? That's a different discussion. No one's gonna agree with anybody on anything. Everyone got their own opinion on that, so we're not even gonna enter there, okay? But essentially, are active pickups better for metal? Some people think so. Mick Thompson thinks that, and some people don't. For example, what's his face? Mark Holcomb doesn't think that. And Mark Holcomb, Periphery is as metal as it gets. You don't get more metal than Periphery. right? The sounds that those guys like produce, both Mark and Misha, is insane. And he swears by passive pickups. So yeah, it really depends on what sound you like and what use case you need for it. With subjective stuff like this, there's never a better or worse, I guess. Yeah. So here we go. Doroteo says, "What up, yo killer? That guitar is down-tuned big time." And Doroteo says, "Active EMG 8185s are killer active pickups." Oh, they're great. They shape EMG 8185s shape the sound of a generation. Is how I put it. Oops. Sorry. Have to fix this. So, EMG 8185s literally shaped the sound of a generation, like thrash era. Yeah. So, can't say anything bad about those ones. Bobby says, "Black clothes plus black guitar equals hard to see the guitar playing as an audience." Yeah, I know. Can I tell you something? Can I share a secret with you guys? I had the same consideration because I make a lot of content about guitars, right? That's actually a consideration of mine. Yeah. So that's some of the things I think about when I make a video. So that's a very good point you brought up. Yo, Killa says, "I was waiting for you to go live for a few days. I had a question about tone. Now I completely forgot the question." Sorry, you're right. Look, I wanted to go live more this week. Unfortunately, I got the chance to just go once, in part because some unexpected, unforeseen things came up, and then I got a little unwell. I'm still recovering. Otherwise, I would have gone live yesterday around the same time too. But what you can do, you can comment it on a video. Just comment it on whatever video whenever it comes to mind. Or on Instagram, send the text, or the community section of YouTube, whatever works better for you. Just put that question in there, and I'll get to it. Yeah, and we can talk about it on the chat, on the stream. Yeah. Bobby asks, when you compress the signal, it kind of squashes the upper and lower tips of the signal. That's exactly right. So, and that's what I meant when I said some of the nuances of your playing goes away. And it depends, again, on how much you compress. You can compress it a lot and obviously lose a lot more of those, right? Metal has Sean. Hey, Sean, how are you? Sean says metal has a lot of distortion and it can make sense to reduce the dynamic range of pickup, less muddy. It does. You're absolutely right. The only thing I add is that there are different ways to reduce muddiness. Not just that. And so like this is, for example, what Seymour Duncan is doing on pickups like Nazgul, which is what I've got, or Black Winter. Both of them are very tight on the low end and not muddy at all. Like I honestly, like in my top 5 guitar pickups for metal on the bridge, for example, I think Nazgul is right there for me in the top 5 easily. So, and it's a passive pickup with a high dynamic range. Yeah. So yeah. Zuhair asks, did you say you found your PRS guitar difficult to play sometimes when sitting down, and that's a part of why you sold it? The Mark Holcomb signature that I sold? No. The reason I sold it is because I had too many guitars. Like the number of the guitars I had at home was reaching 15. And I already have the 7-string version of that Mark Holcomb guitar that I love it so hard. And I didn't play that 6-string version of it so much. So I was like, all right, well, what's the point of keeping it? And I need to reduce the size a little. But no, both of the guitars, so the 7-string and the 6-string, are very playable. Very playable. Like the PRS shape, that custom 24 PRS shape, is so ergonomic. It just works so well with me. But yeah, the reason I sold that guitar is because I had 15 guitars and I wanted to reduce it, so I brought it down to 8. 9 with the project guitar, so there'll be 9 in total. But it's a loss. Like you guys, like I'm not sure how many guitars you guys got at home, but if you ever get to the point of hoarding guitars like the way I am, if the addiction gets that bad, you realize that in terms of like managing those guitars and maintaining them, because I don't just leave them there, let them just like, I maintain them even if I don't play them. 15 is a lot, and taking care of 8 is a lot easier. Just, as obvious as it might sound, look, taking care of 8 guitars is a lot easier. Sean says, Yo Killa, it's all in the wood. Yo Killa says, hope you get well soon, brother. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. A new guitar would ease that for sure. Oh, God. Somebody tell Mrs. Peachy. I'm not sure if Mrs. Peachy is watching this right now. Babe! Yo Killa says that new guitar is okay. So, God bless. We will be in a store tomorrow. Let's go to a trip to our local music store, shall we? Thanks for the kind words, man. Appreciate you. Bobby says, can you make a 2-point Strat trem? Do only push down with the bar and not pull up? Will it make it easier and faster to change guitar tuning? Like a Ernie Ball tremolo, for example. So you can go down, but you can't go up. Yeah, you can. Ernie Ball already does that. So if I'm not mistaken, what Ernie Ball does is that you have a one-way trem that it only goes down, so you can only down tune your strings from it, but not the other way around. It sits against the hardwood, and then because of that, and if you make the strings really strong, not the strings, sorry, if you make the springs behind it really tight and strong, then it's a lot more solid, like it's a lot less movable comparing with a two-way trem, and you don't have the hassle. You have less of a hassle of tuning or changing tunings, if you know what I mean. Ernie Ball already does that. Yeah. Do you want me to show you? Let me. God damn it! It's somewhere at the back. All right. If you guys wait a second, because that guitar is in storage, let me bring it out of storage, and then I'll open up for you to show you guys what I mean by that. So just give me a second. Okay. So. This is the Ernie Ball Music Man Kaizen. And it is an awesome guitar, by the way. It is extremely thin. Check this out. See how thin this guitar is, by the way? Yeah, so this is probably one of the most insane guitars I've ever played in terms of like ergonomicness of it. So see how like curved the back of it is? Even the metal plate back there is nice and curved, so it's like sits so well, all the contours and everything. It sits so well in your body. And this is made in California. This is the American made Kaizen, Ernie Ball Music Man Kaizen. It looks so thin. The neck is the thinnest neck I've played. So the neck is as thin as like an Ibanez Wizard. Like it sits, I don't know, like what is that, 17 mils on the first? It's really thin. So this is a killer guitar. So actually, like, good that I brought it out. I should play this today. Anyways, the point is, have a look here. See this trem? Maybe I can show it to you this way. See this? Here we go. Right? This is a one-way trem. So if I go here and I put my everything in. There we go, right? I can down tune it. So this goes. Have a look. But the other way, it's just hard wood. It doesn't go. So in a scenario like this, if you make the springs back there a few, or make that back there really tight and strong, what happens is that you will need some extra force to down tune and bring the tremolo bridge that way. So you have to put extra effort in there, which is not that crazily much anyways, right? But what it does is, because now the springs are really tight and they're pushing this bridge against the wood, it's a lot closer to a fixed bridge, you know, if you compare and contrast it with a two-way tremolo, what we have in normal Floyd Roses, for example. And so because of that, changing the tuning is a piece of cake, and you don't have that hassle of tuning that you have with a two-way bridge, if you know what I mean. So going back to the question, going back to Bobby's question, can you actually do that? Yeah, Ernie Ball's already done it. And this is not a new, like, crazy new design. Ernie Ball guy's been doing it for a while now. Yeah. And this guitar is honestly awesome. I'll be playing it today, now that I brought it out. So yeah, this stays out. We'll be playing it today. Yeah. Thanks for that question. It just reminded me how much I actually love this guitar. Honestly. Like, they get a lot of shit because I don't know why. But boy, this guitar is insane good. The only beef I have with this guitar is that the pickups sound really good, but these mini humbuckers are like Ernie Ball custom shape and size. So you can't just take this out and replace it with a Fishman or an EMG or a Seymour Duncan. That's my only beef with them. They're sort of like, it's like iPhone, right? You know how iPhone, up until very recently, had their own charger shape and everything else, exclusive to themselves and their ecosystem. That's kind of the same vibe here. That's my only beef. Otherwise, this guitar is fantastic. It's just delicious, this guitar. Check it out. Look at the flame maple neck. Roasted. Delicious. Beautiful. Anyways, let me put this back. Sorry about that, guys. Just give me a second. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much for your patience. Ladies and gents, Bobby, I hope that answered the question. That was a long answer to a question, but hopefully they answered it. Yeah. Zuhair says, gotcha. I might be used to sitting wrong. That's all. Thanks. Yeah. Look, no, you might not be doing anything wrong, Zuhair. Everyone's body works differently, like so dramatically differently, right? Some people find it really easy to use, you know, like a normal classical, sit in a classical position. Some people find it really easy to play the way I do, and everybody's so different. So you might be doing everything right, and if that, you could find a more comfortable shape. Yeah. Bobby says, is it me or all the Slayer songs feel the same? They use the same formula in a lot of their songs. Yeah. Sean says, I solved... Sean says, I solved my hoarding problem by finding a wife. Man. Hey, look, you've that's good. It was a fixable problem for you. I still haven't fixed mine. So you're ahead of me there. Sean says, funny thing is that Fender got their terms wrong. The trem actually should be called vibrato. on their amps, vibrato should be trem. Ah, okay. Interesting. I knew that those words were used interchangeably, but I didn't know that's where it stemmed from. Dorothy asks, do any of you guys use the Guitar Pro software when practicing? I used to use the Guitar Pro software, but then I found the ultimateguitar.com. And ultimateguitar.com actually has Guitar Pro files in there. So if you got the Guitar Pro, you could actually download some of those files, or at least you used to be able to do it. But Guitar Pro, not the Guitar Pro, sorry, the Ultimate Guitar's realistic sound that they've got, like they got like actual recordings of backing tracks there on the website now, which is as realistic as it gets. So I've been using that, but I used to use Guitar Pro a lot. It's just that I found Ultimate Guitars a little bit more convenient. And the reason for that, by the way, is this is not sponsored for anybody wondering. I just like the product. So I'm not sponsored by them in any shape or form. So here, essentially, you have access to, honestly, like hundreds of thousands of tabs and backing tracks and all that jazz. And so, like, you could go to your tabs based on the genre, if it's rock, metal, or whatever, based on the decade. If you want a chord, if you wanted an official one, a tab, ukulele, guitar profile, that's the one I was talking about earlier. And the beauty of it is, so you get access of any of these songs, but it gives you like the top tabs. So for example, for today, Ed Sheeran's song Perfect and Radiohead's Creep are the number 1 and 2. If you look at all time, Ed Sheeran's Perfect is still number 1 and Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah is top 2. Right? So it tells you kind of like what people are listening to, or what not listening to, sorry. What are the songs that people are keen to play? It gives you that. And so the thing, I swear to God, I was thinking about it yesterday. Like literally like less than 24 hours ago. I was like, man, Metallica is the greatest metal band to ever grace the planet. Hands down, no contest. I don't care what anybody says. Have a look. So today's most popular metal of all the decades, the top 3 are Metallica songs, and then the 5th is again Metallica. So Enter Sandman, Master of Puppets, One, and then Fade to Black. These are today's most popular. Master of Puppets came out 40 years ago. Most people that are tapping on this right now weren't even born when that song came out, including myself. Right? So that's that. And then if I go to all time, so this is the most popular to today. If I go most popular of all time, top 4 is now Metallica. Slipknot is not there. Nobody else is there. So Metallica 1, Metallica Master of Puppets, Fade to Black, and Enter Sandman are the top most favorite of all guitar players, I think, on this website. And then after that is Ozzy's Crazy Train. Like, honestly, just like nobody beats Metallica like ever. These guys are just the greatest to ever do it. That's it. End of the story. Look at this. Look at their album sales. Look at the crowds they bring in still to this day. Look at the masterpieces they've produced. I mean, Nothing Else Matters is one of the best songs ever written in the history of humankind. So hands down, nobody beats them. That's it. End of the story. Yeah, but the point is, I use ultimateguitar.com now. But I used to use Guitar Pro. Yeah. Zuhair says that guitar is so thin. Yeah, I know, right? The Kaizen is really thin. That's a player's guitar. It's really, really ergonomic. Yeah. Doroteo says it looks like a stealth bomber aircraft. the B-2 bombers. Yeah, like those spy planes. Stingray body. Yeah. Bobby asks, what up with the slanted frets of that guitar? The fan frets? Oh, it's just like an ergonomic thing. It's just for ease of playing. Right. Bobby says tremolo is volume change. Vibrato is pitch change. I hear you. Doroteo says, I have a Guitar Pro and Ultimate Guitar too. Oh, perfect. You're sorted then, brother. You're good. you're more than equipped. Yeah. It's so convenient. It's just such good tools, honestly. Really good tools. Unbelievable. Yeah. Zora says, I have a Guitar Pro 8, I think. That's great. Yo, Killa says, I hope you get sponsored, though. Your content is so much better than most of the popular ones creators, in my opinion. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. That means a lot. You know, I can do my best, and hopefully somebody, you know, rings out the iPhone and we'll get it done. Doroteo says, I bought the Master of Puppets cassette at my local grocery store back in '86. Man. Great times, huh? Yeah, that record wasn't out on cassettes. Yeah. Hell yeah. Good old times indeed. But yeah. So what do we think about this guitar, by the way? So what are our thoughts on this? Like, so you have, just a quick reminder, so you have this Jackson with an ebony fretboard, 12 to 16 inches in compound radius, hollow shark fin, a single Fishman Fluence rail pickup with 3 voicings, and that binding. What do we think about it? Do you guys like it? Like, is this like with Evertune, by the way? So. Bobby says, reading workout types of metal. Ah. Yeah. And yeah, interesting. Look, the fact that it has an alder body and the shaped like this is a very light guitar. So, like, let's see if Sweetwater got it and how much it actually weighs. Because I know Sweetwater got, you know, got individual guitar photos and everything. So there you go. Pre-order it now. It's just a pre-order. So it won't be able to tell you how heavy it is. Okay, never mind. Yo, Killa says, at first glance, I hear master. Yeah, very well designed for that. Just gotta strap it really low. Strap it really low and hold your pick like this, the way James does, and you're good. Doroteo says, to me, like you said, it's a one-trick pony. It really is. Does the little trick really well, but it's a one-trick pony. So yeah, there it is, ladies and gents. Comes with a gig bag. Alder body gloss finish for that guitar is a little weird to me. Like, I don't get it. If you want to play fast and all that jazz, why are we glossing it? So yeah, did we miss out on anything? I think we covered it all. Yeah. And by the way, they don't say it. That's the thing. So it has locking strap buttons in it, yeah. But I'm assuming it's the generic Jackson strap buttons that are locking. Yeah. Yeah, I think we covered everything. We did an athletic job here. Yeah, it's a weird one. So yeah, anyways, it's new. $2,400. You got to be really into that to buy it, and really into that kind of music. So I don't think there's gonna be like crazy number of people that would buy something like this, but some will, and that's the price tag. Bobby says, "Are you comfortable playing a pink guitar?" Be right. So Bobby's question, just if anybody didn't get it, Bobby's question was, are you comfortable playing a pink guitar? I'll be right back. The answer is yes. Zuhair says pink pickup coming up. You were right. So I have two pink guitars at home. One is the one that you just saw, and the other one is the Hello Kitty. So yeah, I'm more than comfortable playing pink guitars. The thing is, and I'll tell you guys what. I'll tell you what. The thing is, with pink guitar, especially with the Hello Kitty one, the reason it got so popular, I think one of the reasons it got so popular with the metal community was the contrast between what metal and metal music and metal culture is versus Hello Kitty. You know what I mean? And so people loved it. People, like, I was doing it. I was playing like Lamb of Gods on that. Like literally Lamb of God songs on that thing. So no, I'm more than comfortable playing pink guitars. I think, look, matte pink on a guitar looks awesome. And I got other examples too. Like, for example, you guys know Tim Henson's Ibanez, the pink one. Tim Henson, Todd 10, pink. Here, check this out. Like this guitar, if you guys have seen it in person, this is like too bright. It looks more like this in person, maybe. Yeah, looks like this, more like this in person. It's a really nice color in a guitar. Like the guitar that I just showed you guys, that was an Epiphone Firebird, a 61 Firebird 1. And it's called Heather, Pink Heather, Epiphone, Pink Heather, something like that. There we go. So that's the guitar that I just showed you guys. Like this matte pink, I think it's a really good looking color on a guitar. I like it. And by the way, if you guys ever thought about buying a guitar like this, when it says inspired by Gibson Custom Shop, see where it says inspired by Gibson Custom 63? The pickup in this guitar is actually a Gibson Custom Shop pickup. So if you guys are not believers in tone wood, you think pickup is everything and all that, then you would believe that, you would agree that this guitar sounds just like a Custom Shop Gibson, but it's an Epiphone. It's a great sounding guitar. The 63 version, Firebird 1 version, Firebird 1 comes with one pickup, as it was in 1963. But Firebird 5 comes with a neck pickup and a bridge pickup, and they're both mini humbuckers. Just FYI. But yeah, I think pink looks great on a guitar. Like some pink, not all pink. A matte pink that has some gray in it, I love it. I really like the look. I think it's athletic, it's slick. Yeah. Yo, Cutlass says, I'm hoping to see Metallica even just once. I think they're too close to return. Yeah, I agree with you. They're close. Won't be long now. Won't be that many tours left in them. And that makes sense. Like the guy's been doing it for 40 years, right? Where do you live, Yo Killa? Which city are you in? Surely, like if you're in America, they would probably go in and at some point, like somewhere nearby. No? Yeah. Bobby says beautiful. Oh yeah, the guitar. Yo Killa says, I see the Japanese heritage in you because of the Hello Kitty guitar. It's a very Japanese thing. Yeah. Zoera says, Yo Killa, sheesh, we gotta do it, even if it costs $100, $200. Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta go to Metallica at least once. I'll definitely go to their next show. Here, you guys know the thing is, this is the thing about, like, I love Metallica. Like, I started playing guitar because of Metallica. I'm not a fan of stadiums. Like, to listen to music. Like, I would rather, a million times, would rather be in a smaller venue where I can be closer and more intimate. So, I'll tell you guys, I went to Cradle of Filth show in 2025. I went to see Guthrie Govan live. I went to see The Haunted Guys live. A whole bunch of other guys live. And they were all in smaller venues. So, like, I was literally 3 meters away from Guthrie Govan. Like, literally I could, like, reach out like this and grab his knee. which I was tempted to do. Right? I was really close to both Guthrie Govan and Cradle. Like all the shows that I go to, they're really small, intimate shows and really good, famous artists. So that's like a win-win for me. Because you get to be intimate and interact with the player, and they look at you and you headbang and they headbang, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun for me that way. The stadium is like you're too far away and there's like a billion other people around. You know what I mean? So, like, if I could pay like double the ticket price and see Metallica in a smaller venue of, say, 5,000 people, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Bobby says black and green. Sorry. Bobby says black. Where did I see even green? You didn't even say green. Black and pink are a good color combination. Yeah. Yo, Killa says, I really thought last year I was able to go this coming June in the UK. Sad that money isn't enough. Had some visa issues. Bummer. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, I get it. Visa issues are usually a bit of a thing. So, I understand it, dude. Bobby says, the color looks like a mix of silver, gray, and pink. Yeah. Yo Killa says, would you choose a stadium? I love this question. Yo Killa says, would you choose a stadium full Metallica or unplugged Metallica at a pub? Unplugged Metallica at a pub. Yeah. Unplugged acoustic guitar Metallica at a pub. I'll take that. You get to talk to the guys. You get to watch them play close by. You get to feel their energy close by and just vibe with them. Acoustic Metallica at a pub any day. All right. Hey, who wants to learn? And I don't know how much you guys know about guitar history and how the guitars that we play right now came to be. Who is interested in sort of getting a little bit about it? I've got a couple of really interesting things to talk about, which I've put it for the stream. Bobby says, thanks, bro. Bye. Catch you later, brother. Take care of yourself. If you're interested about the history of guitars, Bobby, come back later on when you can and watch this segment of the stream. I'll be timestamping it after the stream is over. So for those of you who want to rewatch it, or you want to see a specific part, the timestamps are there when we change subjects, right? So you can do that. Yo Killa says, you still wear the Metallica boots? God, no. No. I will not wearing Metallica boots. I'll be wearing my normal sneakers. I like their music, not their clothing. But check this out. Guys, check this out. I don't know if it's me being a little nerdy about it, but this is awesome. So, watch this. So, on GuitarWorld.com, I saw this article the other day that says, not a prop, not a joke, the world's first cardboard acoustic electric has been made, and it was crafted by the man who built guitars for Josh Homme and Steven Tyler. So it is a cardboard acoustic electric, and the title says it's for the first time ever, world's first cardboard acoustic electric. And when I saw it, I was like a little itchy. I was like a little because it is definitely not the world's first famous cardboard guitar. The only thing that I was like, all right, I'm just going to give him a pass, is because it says acoustic electric. If it only said acoustic, this title would have been false. There are two very, very famous cardboard acoustic guitars that I'm going to show you guys from the person that made guitars look the way they do today. And I'm going to give you guys a little history in a second. But this article talks about it, and I'm going to come back to it in a second, okay? So I'll give you the history and then we'll come back to the article. There is this guy called Antonio de Torres. I can't even show it to you guys. Antonio de Torres. There we go. It's this guy. Antonio de Torres Jurado. This guy with his mustache. See him? Guys, this is Antonio de Torres. Antonio de Torres was a Spanish luthier and a guitar maker. Antonio de Torres is the person that made guitars look like this. So he was, I think he made the first guitar that looks like this in about 1860s, early 1860s from memory. And then his really famous work came in slightly later. But 1860s was where historically we moved to the acoustic guitar looking like this. And that's the design of Antonio de Torres, this guy, who was a Spanish luthier and guitar player. So guitar, acoustic guitar, what we have is essentially like in the same family as the lute. So the lute is basically the grandparent of the acoustic guitar and the classical guitar as we know it, right? And so initially, you know, the ancestor of the acoustic guitar was a 4-string instrument. Then it became a 5-string instrument, like similar to a banjo, for example. And then it became a 6-string instrument. Antonio de Torres designed it in a shape like this. And one of the main things that he achieved with this shape, with this architecture, was amazing resonance, was amazing sound, loudness, sustain, all that kind of stuff. Right? So it was him who made guitars look like this in 19th century, in around 1860s, 1870s, if I'm not mistaken. So around that area. Right? That's Antonio de Torres. Now, why is this so interesting? I haven't told you the interesting part yet. The reason it's interesting, and this is one of the things that those who don't like the argument for tone would, sometimes those who are educated on this use this example in a second. So, Antonio de Torres then, after he became very famous, this design caught fire, everybody loved it, he became very famous. Not as famous, he became more and more famous after later in life, but the thing that he did that was out of this world at the time was making a guitar made of cardboard. He made 2 guitars, in fact, that were made of cardboard. Now, back in good old days, we didn't have cardboards, so what they had at the time was a material called papier mâché. Papier mâché is like the old version of the current day cardboard. Essentially, it was like pieces of paper and pieces of wood glued together with a starch-based, sugar-based adhesive, and then squeezed, and then that provided the plane for him to work with. So that was like the old day cardboard, essentially. Papier mâché, it's called. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, right? Antonio de Torres' 2 famous cardboard guitars are currently in museums in Spain. Right. Now, why did he do it? Here's the image of the cardboard guitar. Right? Why did he do it? He created the guitars from papier mâché, or cardboard, ancient cardboard essentially, to prove one point, that the most important part of an acoustic guitar's body to produce the sound is the sound board. Guys, the top wood here on an acoustic guitar is what we call the sound board. Have a look, this image. This here is the sound board. This side is not. So the side of it is not, the back of it is not, top of it is what we call the soundboard. And the soundboard of an acoustic guitar is the make or break. Is the thin layer of very high quality wood, spurs, a whole bunch of other woods that oscillates and vibrates and gets the guitar to produce the sound that it does. It's the diaphragm of the guitar, right? The point that Antonio de Torres was trying to make by creating those guitars out of papier mâché, the cardboard, was to say, look, so this is the build of the guitar, right? So the soundboard of those cardboard guitars were still high quality wood, spruce, right? high quality wood. But everywhere else on the body of the guitar was made of papier-mâché. The reason he did it was to show it to everybody that, guys, the soundboard of the acoustic guitar is what really matters in the body. But you can't make guitar out of cardboard otherwise, and it sounds good. And in fact, I'm going to get you guys to listen to it in a second. The sound of the very same guitar played in a museum in Spain. We're going to hear that, in fact. So let's stop the music for you guys to hear how this sounds like. So here we go. And by the way, this is on cumpiano.com. So this is public information. You guys can check it out. But check this out. So this is Stefano Granadona's Danza Española number 5 on Taurus's actual papier-mâché cardboard. Man, that was a even as a metal guy, that was pleasant. I like it. Masterful, Yokila says. Yeah, beautiful sound, right? Beautiful sound from a guitar that is made of ancient cardboard. But the classical guitar sounds really good here, doesn't it? It's the actual cardboard guitar, right? And so the point that Antonio de Torres was making in building this guitar and its sister, so there were 2 guitars that were made like this, right? The reason he did it was to prove to everybody that in acoustic guitar, the soundboard is the make or break in the body. You get the soundboard right, you get the neck right, you're good. That's basically was the point he was trying to make. Now, those who think tone wood is bullshit, those who think anybody that says tone wood has an impact is a liar and is trying to sell them an expensive guitar, snake oil salesman they call it, they use this argument incorrectly to say, hey, look, see how the cardboard guitar sounds great? No. The point Antonio Torres was making was not to say, hey, look, I can make a good guitar out of cardboard and it sounds good. That wasn't the point he was trying to make with this. The point he was trying to make was that, look, if you use a good spruce, high-quality wood, if you get the soundboard, the top wood of your acoustic guitar right, you get a good resonance in the guitar. That's the point he was trying to make with this, right? So here is some interesting history for you guys. This is, where is this? Is it in Sevilla or is it in Barcelona right now? I don't remember. By the way, I just saw this. For those of you who want to know how papier-mâché is spelled, that's how you spell papier-mâché. The rebirth of the sound in a ceremony held at the Museu de la Música in Barcelona in October 2000. There we go. So it's in Barcelona? I thought it was in Sevilla. But anyways, it's in a museum in Spain. Yeah. So that, my friends, was the story of Antonio de Torres, the father of the classical/acoustic guitar. He was the person that made the guitar look like this. Okay. How was that? Did you guys like it? Did you guys enjoy this segment of the stream? Like, did you learn something new? I was so blown away. I learned about this a few years ago. Like, read about Antonio Torres the first time a few years ago. And when I learned about it, I was blown away. I was like, oh, this is insane. Like, this whole story was insane. Yeah. Yeah. How good is that? This is so good. So that was the thing I wanted to tell you guys about, like, because I thought this is so interesting. And so this was the thing that came to my mind when I read this title saying the world's first cardboard acoustic electric. Because the moment I read it, I'm like, liar. I'm like, that's not the first cardboard guitar. And then I read acoustic electric, and I'm like, all right, fine. Hopefully my reaction now makes sense. So there we go. That was the story. But yeah, if you guys are interested to learn about Antonio de Torres, I'll put the name in the chat for you guys. Antonio de Torres is the guitar. Papier is the luthier. Papier mache is the material that is used. So it's like old cardboards, like wood, small pieces of wood dust, paper glued together with a starch-based, sugar-based adhesive. Yeah. So for those who are interested, that's the one. Yeah. I think I missed on a whole lot of chat, didn't I? I did. Okay, so let's just go back to the chats in case I missed it. Dorothy says Malmsteen plays classical guitar too. Yeah, Yngwie's sound and music is heavily influenced by classical music. Not just classical guitar. He's a massive fan of Johann Sebastian Bach. Huge fan of him, and he plays Bach tunes on his guitar. So he's very classically sounding in a lot of ways. Yeah. Yokilla says, and my local luthier still missed the fret buzz in 2026. Yeah, there's levels to this now. There's levels to this whole luthier game. Yeah. It's an annoying thing, man, with the whole fret buzz thing. I'm so sorry. It's an annoying thing. Dorothy says, see, Senor. Yokilla says, yeah, I found it interesting. Hell yeah. So, can I tell you guys something? And so the fret buzz thing that you brought up, Yokilla, here's the thing about that like these days especially comes to my mind a lot when it comes to fret buzz. Like, one of the updates that I've done in my how to buy guitar, so because I have a sort of like a list of the things that I like to keep in mind when I buy a new guitar. And I update that list depending, because I become more experienced, I make more mistakes, and, you know, I just become a better guitar buyer, right? And one of the things that has been in my mind a lot as of late, and that's probably because I've been doing a lot of fret works, you know, fretting and leveling and all that jazz, is that now I'm really sensitive to buying guitars that are set up with a high action from the get-go. Right? So if I ever want to buy a new guitar, which I eventually will, if I sell a couple of these, I'll probably get a new guitar. But one of the things that I'll be very careful about, and I suggest you guys be careful about too, is buying guitars that are set up at a very high action. Because what a very high action does, it masks, it hides issues with frets, like fret buzzes, right? Because essentially the fret buzz happen when your frets are not leveled properly, right? So let me draw it. Drawing time. Let's draw. And let me get my pen as well. Here you go. So, check this out. Right, so let's just draw some frets together, shall we? I'm gonna go for black, so like silver. No, you won't be able to see silver. Blue, maybe? Okay, so blue is the frets. So fret, fret, right? Like that. These are frets, right? And then let's just say one fret is shorter and then the rest of them are fine or taller or whatever, right? Like this, right? So these are not really leveled frets, right? And let's just say this is your string. Right, I'm just gonna make it a string. So this is a string. Goes at the top, right? Now, what happens is that let's just say you press on this fret. Like that's the note that you want to play, right? What would happen to your string is this. So here's the fret. Your string would go in, go hoop, and then continues, right? And because in this area, right, your string is not touching the tip of other frets, because the thing is, when you play the string oscillates, right? So it goes up and down a little bit. It doesn't just stay, it goes like wobble, 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 right? But when it does the wobble, wobble, it doesn't hit the tip of any other fret there. So you're good. However, let's just say now you go and press on this note. So your string comes from there. You push it down on your finger, it comes here, so that's where your finger is. And then when it goes up, the tip of it touches the other fret. So one fret is too short or the other fret next to it is too tall. What happens is that as the string tries to play, it hits the tip of the other fret because it's taller. So now what happens is that if it just touches the tip a little, you hear a buzz sound. If it completely sits on it, if they really messed up the fretwork, then what would happen is that it will completely choke that note. It will choke the note, or even worse, if it's really tight, it will make it sound like as if you're pressing this fret down. So literally you're missing this note and you get this note twice. If you press on here and here, you get this note. Do you know what I mean? So that's essentially what the problem is. Now, if you go on and increase the action a lot, so instead of action being from here, which is what we just did, imagine that the action was from here now. So much higher action, right? What would happen is that if you now approach the string from, approach the fret from there, so let's just say I'm gonna go on from here and I'm gonna press down on this note and I'm gonna go back up and like that. See how now the high fret, the high action rather, the high action has masked the issue on the frets? Because this string is going to sound just fine. The action is going to be really high, but this note now is going to sound just fine. The increase in the action of your guitar has hidden the issue with the fretwork. It hides, yeah, Yokilla says, like I'm trying not to use those words, but if I was to say it, I would be, it hides that mother effer. That's exactly right. Right? So now I'm sensitive to buying guitars in store or secondhand that have high action. No, it's not because that I'm like, oh, like, you know, it's just high action and whatever. Not, screw that. Every time I buy a new guitar, brand new or secondhand, I'll put a new set of strings and I set it up professionally anyways. Like, I don't care if the guitar has high action just for the sake of the action itself, right? I bring it home, change the strings, let it settle for a day, you know, and then, you know, tune it, let it settle for a day, then, you know, work on the relief, then work on the action, intonation, you know, the nut, everything, and then professionally set it up. So it's not a setup issue. It's not like that I can't be bothered setting the guitar up properly. It's that if you buy a guitar like that, there is a possibility that it's masking something. So if you want to buy a guitar, see if it's possible, ideally, and it's not always possible, but ideally see if you can bring the action down and play it on the action that you like. And what you can do essentially is that you can go home and get like a string action gouge and measure the action above your 12th fret, right? So, and then if that's comfortable for you, now you know what the action at the low E and the high E should be for you to enjoy it. So for me, for example, my low E action is somewhere around 1.6. High E is about 1.4. It's somewhere around that. A little lower if it's possible, that'll be great. But that's the action that works for me. So every time I'm buying something, like I kind of got a reference idea. Yeah, you can do it too. So just measure what's comfortable for you, and now you have a really nice baseline. Yeah. Dorothy says makes sense. Perfect. Love that. Love that. So anyways, here we go. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket, y'all? Shall we jump to the next item on the docket? Let's do it. I'm going to show you guys this guitar that looks insane. Check this out. Ernie Ball Music Man Cutlass. Cutlass. Like the sword. What is... I know Cutlass is a sword, by the way. What kind of a sword is it? Because I know... Is it like an Old English sword? Cutlass. Sword? It's like an Old English style. Yeah, it's like a pirate style. There we go. That's what you call a cutlass. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. That's a cutlass. But in the guitar world, this is a cutlass. Right. So guys, Cutlass is Jason Richardson's Music Man signature guitar. For those who don't know, Jason Richardson is the former guitar player for the Osiris and All That Remains. And he's working solo now, so I don't think he's part of any band right now. But he's a really good guitar player. Very, very competent and accomplished electric guitar player. Love him. This guitar comes in 6 and 7 strings. The bridge of this, by the way, is very similar to the bridge that I showed you guys earlier on my Music Man guitar. Check this out. Isn't it nice? Doesn't this look good? Honestly. It comes in 3 colors. That is the Water Temple. That's the Death Mountain. And that's the Kokiri Forest, which I thought this was like the winner. I love this. Love the color on this guitar. So, what do we have here? 6-string, 7-string, 8-string version. So, whichever tickles your pickle. Neck is a select figured roasted maple neck with ebony fretboard. No pick guards. We love that. Man, honestly, what do we have here? 24, hold on a second. Alder body, Bakai burl top, roasted figure maple neck with ebony fingerboard. And then we have what? The Jason Richardson humbuckers, 24 stainless steel frets, push and pull electronics for coil switches. And the 8th string is a multi-scale. Huh. Look at that. There we go. That's the 8th string. Looks like a beast. So there you have it. Let's see the neck. Let's see the neck. So the neck is, yeah, there we go. It's pretty much like the neck that I showed you guys earlier, huh? Look at that. Looks great. Yeah. So the shape of this is a lot closer to, for example, what we have on Rabia's signature guitar too. I forgot the name of that model, but it's the same kind of shape. Very super strat. Very Charvel style super strat kind of a body shape. Like rounded and shorter horns kind of a deal. But yeah, I just this body shape is awesome. I really dig it. In both Music Man and Charvel. San Dimas Dinky styles, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called in the Charvel world. But look at that. Shall we have a look at this video together? Let's do this. Let me pause the music. And then let's have a listen together. Boom. Oh, man. Let's go. Holy smoke. God, he is good. This was awesome. This was awesome. This was so good. This was really good. Hell yeah. I love the tone. Listen to the tone. The tone is great. My goodness. That was such an awesome demo. Jason Richardson is really good. Jason Richardson is really good. Yeah. Doroteo says these axes, these are killer axes. Yeah, they look great too, right? They look really good. Ernie Ball really is like top class, like when it comes to quality of what they do. Is really, like, honestly, they're really good at what they do. Yeah. Like, this can be the only guitar a person ever owns, and you'll be okay for the rest of your life. Like, you don't need anything else. Yeah. Doroteo says nerd metal. Yeah, pretty much. Zora says the tone is amazing. The ideal metal tone. Yeah, the tone, that was such a good tone. That guitar has a, like, obviously it's not just the guitar. He's put it through his presets or his effects and all that jazz. So it's not like it's just a raw guitar sound. But that's a really nice tone. I really digged it. Yeah. So Doroteo says I'm getting a glam metal 1980s colors on those guitars. Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very expressive colors. Very expressive colors. It's like this is in your face. This is like, I call it like candy colors. You know how like candies like shine under light? You look at a candy, it just like is in your face. Like you can't unsee it. You can't ignore it. These are like candy colors. That's like how I define it. Yeah. Zuhair says, never rest of your life. Got to have more guitars sooner or later. Yeah, look, if you're like me and you have a guitar buying disease like I do, yes, you're right, Zuhair. But I'm saying that for people who have the ability to think rationally when it comes to guitars, for normal people, you could buy a guitar like this and honestly never need anything else, is what I'm trying to say. Like, unless you're like, you know what, like, I want a 6-string, this 7-string, and then an 8-string. Like, unless you play songs in that range. But you can't buy a 6-string. Like, you can't buy this, dude. Like, you can't just buy this, and you'll be okay. It's versatile. It's awesome. It looks great. It's very ergonomic. I can tell you for a fact that this guitar is ergonomic because the shape of that is identical to the shape of Rabia's guitar. But yeah. Ryu, how are you? How's things, man? Good to see you. Ryu says, does that 8th-string neck give you a hand cramp? I don't know the answer to that, but I don't think like any 8-string guitar would give you a hand cramp as such. Look, the necks are thicker and wider. That is for sure. So if I'm not sure if you guys are like, so I can tell you for a fact because I regularly play a 7-string. Usually like it's 6-string and 7-string, right, for me. But like even with the 7-string that I play, it's a completely different instrument, right? 7-string guitar and 8-string guitar are different instruments to 6 strings. Like don't treat it like, oh, you know what, it's just that with 5 extra notes. Because that's what it is, right? If you just look at it mechanically, if you go from a 6-string guitar to a 7-string guitar, you're only adding 5 notes to the range of the notes that your guitar can play. Right? That's all you're doing. So, but it's not that. It really isn't, because the addition of that 7th string, for example, makes the neck completely different, makes the body completely different. It just changes the guitar completely. It's a different instrument. So you just have to treat it as such, is all I'm saying. Right? Now, talking about hand cramps, a 6-string guitar can give you hand cramps. If you don't have a break, if you constantly play, if you put your hands through too much strain, right? If you squeeze the neck too hard. I mean, look at, old school Gibson necks, like baseball bat Gibson necks, like thick, like 50s necks, traditional ones, right? That neck, to me, is harder to deal with as opposed to a 7-string guitar's neck, to be honest with you. Right? And also keep in mind, like with 7-string guitar necks, you're unlikely to see like something that is thicker than what it has to be. Because 7-string, 8-string guitars are more often than not for like modern guitar players, for people that want to play modern stuff, right? So you don't get the traditional ultra thickness without the necessity of it. With the 7-string and 8-string guitar, it's as thick and as wide as it necessarily needs to be, not more. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to deal with it. So for me, I'm like, I'd much rather a normal 7-strings guitar neck, like a PRS 7-string. I haven't played the 7-string on this one, so I can't say like from experience. But like playing a Chord 7-string, PRS 7-string, Jackson 7-strings, I can tell you for a fact that like I prefer those necks to like a traditional Les Paul neck that is not tapered. So no, I don't, and it's like it shouldn't give you hand cramps. No, is the short answer. Yeah. Zuhair says, looks like expensive porcelain tile top on those guitars. Looks like expensive porcelain tile top on those guitars, Doroteo says. Yeah, the top looks really expensive. Yeah, it's a figured burled top, right? Yeah, it's burled. And you can see it from like the holes and the symmetricalness of these holes. That's when you know it's a burl top. Ryu says, "Good, bro. I'm good to hear, dude. So good. It's a nice weekend to be alive and talk about guitars and be athletic about guitars. So I'm glad you're doing well." Ryu says 8-string neck looks like a 6-string bass neck with width-wise. Kind of like that, right? I don't know. I've never played a 6-string bass, so I can't like confidently comment on it. But it's kind of like the same concept, right? Marbleized. What? Marblazed. What does that term even mean? I don't know what that term means, so you gotta excuse me for a second. Marblazed? Marblazed meaning. Are we talking steaks right now, brother? Are we talking... Having a finish of a marbleized. Right. Marbleized. Having a finish like that of marble. Or that resembles marble. Marble-like. I got you now. I got you now. I'm like, for a second, I'm like, hold on. Sorry. I'm like, are we talking Wagyu right now? Because I'm getting hungry. Marbleized. Right. It does have a look of a marble. Sorry, Ryu, I'm a simple man. Clearly. But yeah, that's the guitar, man. And I thought it was a really good guitar to talk about. It's right down my alley. The price tag of it is not that much down my alley, but not right now at least. But it's down my alley. I like it. All right, so talking about the 6-string guitar, right? Alder with the Buckeye burl top. If it's the red one, it's the alder with the maple burl top. High gloss polyester finish on the green one, and the satin on the red and the rest. Custom Music Man floating tremolo. 25.5-inch scale, 15-inch neck radius. You don't see 15 inches often. It's either 14 or 16 or something like that, or 1575. This is 15 inches. Like, this is another example of, like, you know, Music Man just doing what Music Man does. Like, they're sticking to their own lane, doing their own thing, right? With, like, their custom sized pickups, with their own neck radius, and so on and so forth. 24 medium jumbo profile stainless steel frets, 43 mils the neck width at the nut, and then 56.9 at the last fret. Yeah, that's not that crazy, like, you know, standard, I guess. Figured roasted maple neck, ebony and stripped ebony are the fretboards, depending on the color. Gunstock oil and hand rubbed special wax blend. That's the neck finish. Ha! So they went a little old school. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I have a feeling that the reason they did that is to bring the beauty of the neck wood out. You don't see oil finishes on guitars that often. Hand rub special wax blend. So that's like oil and wax finish. That's so special. Yeah, I think they're doing that. Like, you hardly see it on guitars. So for those who don't know, when it comes to finishing, oil and wax finishes are the first finishes ever used on guitars. This is the old school way. Right now you have, like, you know, polyurethane and nitrocellulose and all the other, you know, all the other types of finishes that are out there. But oil and wax, hand rub oil and wax, is the old school way of applying finish on a guitar. And I have a feeling that they're doing that purely just to get the beauty of the guitar neck out. Because that figured maple, roasted maple neck looks awesome. Look at that. I'll show you guys again. Where is it? Look at that neck. The neck looks beautiful, honestly. Is there a better photo of the neck? Look at that. Yeah, I have a feeling it's just to bring the beauty of that neck out. Yeah. Schaller M6 IND locking tuners. Can't go wrong with those. Adjustable truss rods. Fine. 5 bolts, a sculpted neck joint. Yes. And you have a graphite acrylics resin coated body cavity. Okay. So it's like, basically, essentially, it's like conductive paint is the electronic shielding inside the cavities. And that's a good thing, right? You want that shielding, not necessarily, it could be like a, you know, copper foil. More often than not with companies like this, it's usually some sort of a conductive paint. That's what they're talking about. And the aluminum control cover is already conductive, so that's good. We get that Faraday cage already, you know what I mean? So that's fantastic. That's like, you know, yeah. Control covers are like, in my Kaizen as well, the control cover is aluminum, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Ryu says, it is Music Man 50th birthday this year. Sick gold limited bass. Ah, is it? I think we talked about some of the limited editions in a few streams ago. I didn't know it was the 50th this year. Is it? Did you say gold bass? I'll get to that in a second. Okay, let's have a look at it after. Custom Music Man active preamp with silent circuit. Has a gain boost push and pull. Yeah, this is insane, man. And then this is the violet version of it. There we go. That's the older version. Look at that neck. Look at that fingerboard, dude. My. How about that? Yeah. Zuhair says, good night, Sorenzo. Be safe. Good night, brother. Have a good sleep. Rest well. Night, everyone. Be safe and happy guitaring and music to all. You too, man. I'm Zuhair, and on the next stream, I'll be asking you if the guitar athleticism is back or not. Right? I don't care what happens this week. I need you to get on that guitar every day. Okay? I need you to do that. So I'll be asking you that on the next stream. Okay? Laters. Ryu says, love 24 fret necks. Yeah, it's obviously. It's like, yeah, why not? Because okay, so the annoying thing about it is that, like, for guitars that have less than 24 frets, is that if you're playing a song that goes all the way to 24 and then bends up, like, you can't play those. So I agree with you. 24 is always nice. Yeah. Man, I'm mesmerized by the neck. Look at that. Can I get more photos of this? Oof, my lord, look at that. Yeah. So there we go, ladies and gents. That's Mr. Jason Richardson's Cutlass guitar. This is the older version of it. This is the newer version of it, essentially. So there we go. Now, going back to what Ryu said earlier about the 50th anniversary. Ryu, is it a Stingray? Is it this one? Ah, of course it is this one. You just called it, didn't you? Stingray 50th anniversary bass. I don't know much about basses, but this looks awesome. This looks like a Joe Satriani bass. You know, the Joe Satriani Gold? So you have the liquid gold version and a molten gold. Ah. Right. You called it, man. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know anything about basses. Like, absolutely nothing about bass guitars. I'm an electric guitar guy. But this looks good. It comes with a single pickup, too. Interesting. Doroteo says, Cutlass was a car. Model from Buick back in the 70s and 80s. Oh, was it? Okay. Can we look it up? I didn't know that. Hold on a second. So this is marbleized beef? I want some steak now. Get the smoker running, my lord. Okay. Cutlass Buick 70s. Ha! this one, huh? Right. Yeah, I've seen this car before. Right. Yeah, it is called this. Yeah, that's right. That's the one. I didn't know it's called a Cutlass, but I've seen this car before. I've seen it in person before. Yeah. Right. He says yes. It was an Oldsmobile. Yeah. Right. Could be the reason why they called that other guitar Cutlass too. Like, the guy was into this car and they just called it the same thing. Hell yeah. Oh man, this looks so good. It's like an old school, like the 70s Camaro. Looks like a 70s Camaro or 70s Mustang. Yeah. Heck yeah. Man. So many guitars are inspired by old school cars. So many guitars are inspired by old school cars. Firebird, the pink Firebird that I showed you guys, the 63 Firebird 1, that was the first version of the Firebird, right? That Gibson produced. That guitar is actually built like to look like a 50s and 60s car. So the shape of the Firebird. You guys know, like, the old Batman cars? Old Batman car, like Batmobile. Like, I'm talking about like these shapes. Like, you know, like old school cars that kind of looked like this. Firebird was built like to look a little like that. So we can maybe ask which car was the Firebird 1 guitar in 1963 was made to look like? To which car? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they were made it to look like made it to look like a car like that. So that design of the car like this was like a heavy inspiration when it came to, you know, creating this Firebird. Yeah, like they took a lot of inspiration from old school cars. And then they did the Firebird one in 1961 with a single pickup, which is the pink guitar that I showed you guys, is like a reissue of that on the Epiphone side. Yeah. And then a few years later, 2-3 years later, 1965 or 7 was when Firebird 5 came out, if I'm not mistaken. But I know Firebird 1 is definitely 1963. Yeah. So yeah, the point being is that, like, you know, cars are like such like iconic cars are such cultural things that there's so many inspirations coming from them, you know, in the guitar world at least. But yeah, all right, shall we, before we go to the next and the last item on the docket, shall we do my favorite part of the stream? Let's do my favorite part of the stream. Let me find the right tune for this, because right now the tune is not looking good. Here we go. That's better. That's something relaxing. Guys, if you're first time on the stream, you don't know what's going to happen, but if you're a regular, you know. This is my favorite part of the stream, where I get to thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I open a can and drink it to your health. Y'all could be anywhere else, but you're hanging around with me, hanging out with me, talking about guitar things we love. And for that, I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. It's just, it's a highlight of my week, chatting with you guys, talking about guitar, cracking jokes, having a good time together. I just can't thank you guys enough for it. So I'm gonna open this to your health. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Cheers, you guys.
If I'm quiet, it's not from lack of need. It's me making space for you.
Oh, my lord.
Like I'm standing at a door.
Shall we open another one? I got 2 of them. I'm over sodaing myself. I'll do it later. Yeah. Pepsi Zero, Doroteo says. Pepsi Zero. Yeah. I have a slab of it at home. I'm just been drinking Pepsi Zeros too much. I needed to change, so I went with a Fanta, a zero sugar. Right, he says, "Kampai and keep rocking." Kampai, brother. Domo arigato. Yeah. I hope you guys have a killer weekend, man. I really do. I hope you get to do what you love. And I hope you get to enjoy every single second that you play the guitar. It's just one life, man. It's just one life. So that's, you gotta live it. You gotta live it enjoying it. And these seconds never come back. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you just rock it and have a good time. Just be happy, just peaceful and freaking happy, you know? That's it. Laughs, just peaceful, happy, you know? Simple. So yeah. Tortio says, "Today nobody got my signature bra." No, we were really well behaved. we were all very well behaved, and our attitude and behavior was Doroteo approved. So today we got away. Well, yeah. So next stream, maybe somebody says something crazy, and you get to shoot us with that. I was like, I remember, and this is the thing, on my side, because there's always like a few second delay from when you guys type it and when I see it, and so you go like bruh, and if I'm like switched to another topic, I don't know what this bruh is for. Like, so now I have to figure out, like, is it for the new thing I'm talking about, or is it for the old thing I'm talking about, and is it just me, or are you saying it's somebody else? Yeah. Doroteo says, since you're a dancer, I used to be a dancer, professional, but now I'm just too fat for a dude. Big thigh, big belly. So no, I'm not a dancer anymore, but I used to be. Do you know Colombia dancing style? I do know it, as in like I'm familiar with it, but I don't know how to dance it well. So for those who don't know, I was a professional dancer full time, and I had my dance school before COVID kicked in, and then I had to shift away because I was in Melbourne, Australia at the time, and Melbourne, without exaggeration, had the toughest lockdown laws in the entire world. This is not an exaggeration. This is an actual fact. So we had Australian military walking up and down the street enforcing a curfew during our COVID lockdowns. We had like 5 hours in the day that max group people were able to go out, and we had the military literally enforcing curfew. For like, this was like a 2-year thing in Melbourne. So we had the roughest lockdowns in the world. I was like telling a friend of mine, I'm like, this is when you like appreciate the importance of the Second Amendment. But that's a different story. The point is that before that, I was running my dance school. I was a professional dancer. I was gigging, teaching, so on and so forth. Now, the style of dance that was my specialty was salsa, right? Los Angeles style and New York style salsa. Now, for those who know, there are different styles of salsa. You have the LA style, New York style, Puerto Rican style, Cuban style, and the Colombian style from Cali. They call it salsa caleña, salsa that is from Cali. And salsa caleña is a completely different dance style to all the other major forms of salsa, because all the other forms of salsa, you move. So for example, in like you travel a lot. Like in LA style and New York style, it's very linear. The dance is very linear. You go back on a straight line, you change lines and all that, but it's very linear. Cuban salsa is very circular. Caleña is a lot on the spot with fast footwork. And it's very physical too. So I used to dance and teach LA style and New York style of salsa. Yeah, but I'm familiar with salsa caleña, but I've never danced it properly. Like, I'm familiar. Like, I see one, I know. Like, I know instructors that teach that. But yeah. Doroteo says, my daughter practices Latin international dance. I'm learning Colombian style as well. It's a 3-step dance thing. I learned bachata too. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's so great. Bachata is great too. Very romantic bachata. But yeah, that's great, dude. That's so good of you. And if I'm not mistaken, Doroteo, you're of Latin heritage. You're an American guy with a Latin heritage, so you're you're very familiar with these. Like, you know about these things more than the average person or somebody like myself would. Like, had I didn't work in the dance industry. Yeah. Cumbia. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you said cumbia. You're learning cumbia. Sorry, brother. I'm thinking Colombia. No, you're learning cumbia. I misread it. Yeah, I'm familiar with cumbia too. Great dance. Great dance. Salsa is the most popular dance style. It's very popular. It's very popular. Especially, like, Texas has a big scene of salsa dancers. In part because of the Latino population. But Texas has a good scene. Very, very, very good scene. In Latin dancing. So yeah. But cumbia comes from Colombia, does it? I didn't know that. Does cumbia dance come from Colombia? I don't think so. I thought cumbia... You could be right. Yeah, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. Cumbia was originated on the Caribbean coast of Colombia. Nope, you're absolutely right. I stood corrected. Yeah. That I didn't know. I thought it was like a Dominican Republic. Bachata is Dominican from Dominican Republic. I thought cumbia was either Cuban or Dominican Republic, Dominican Republican kind of a dance, but no, it's from Colombia. Yeah, cumbia is a great dance too. Very, very in the same family. Very, very, very related. It's like, yeah. So you know, so good of you guys. That's so great, dude. And it's a great activity. Dancing is like it's like guitar. It's fun. It's great. You don't need to drink to do it. It's just you can have a great time doing it. It's a very healthy activity. Doroteo says, "Are you a dancing historian?" I have no clue about dance history. No, absolutely not. For me, it was like I was just a dancer. And the thing with salsa dancing is, and this is the thing that people don't recognize about salsa dancers, is that salsa and bachata and cumbia, zouk lambada, and all the other dances that are danced like this, kizomba, for example, very commonly danced, these are street dances, unlike ballet or ballroom, right? We don't have an academy as such. Like there are some people, very famous dancers around the world that are attempting the same sort of an academic model, but it's mostly a street dance. And so I was never educated on it in an academic way. I got really good at it. I started to teach it, and then I opened my dance school. Yeah. So, Doroteo says, the reason I'm learning is for my daughter's sweet 16th party. I've never danced before. Yeah, right. It's a great activity, dude. It's a great thing to have. You can, dance it at the party. You can dance it outside in other parties. It's fun. You should do it. Yeah. Ryu says, have you heard of the lambada? Yeah, of course I have. Lambada is, if I'm not mistaken, is a Brazilian style. And I've actually danced zouk lambada. So zouk, essentially. Zouk version of the lambada dance. Yeah. I've heard of lambada too. It's one of those dances. Zouk lambada is one of those dances that... It's the forbidden dance, yes. It's the forbidden dance. It's so romantic. If you guys are not educated on zouk lambada, go and watch some artists like Kadu and Larissa, the dancing zouk lambada. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Guys, I think we're gonna leave it here. I had two guitars that I wanted to show you guys. The first one is Duesenberg 007, and the other one was an Ibanez. I'll show you guys. Maybe we can talk about this on the next stream. So I'll leave it here just to give you guys a taste, and then I'll bring it up on the next stream for us to talk about it. So the first one is this one. This is a Duesenberg David Arnold edition of a 007 guitar. And it has a really fun story to it. So I'm going to talk about that. And I also wanted to talk about this, the AZA 240 Ibanez, which I'm more and more into, especially this color. Oops, no. This color. But yeah, I'll talk about those on another stream. But on literally the next stream. So I'll bookmark it. And I'll talk about it on there. 007 is pricey. Hell yeah. It always is. But yeah, I'm gonna put it there. So these two guitars are gonna be the first two guitars that we talk about on the next stream. And then we'll call it a day today. Guys, thank you so damn much for hanging out with me today. Doroteo says, firm handshakes on tonight's stream. Firm handshakes, brother. Firm handshakes to you. Enjoy the dance. Enjoy the Sweet 16. Sean says, look forward to it. Thanks, man. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for hanging out today. Sean, Doroteo, Ryu, Bobby, Zuhair, everybody that joined us. Yo Killa, everybody that joined us today. Guys, thank you so damn much for hanging out with me today. Have a great weekend. Enjoy life. Play that electric guitar even an hour a day. That's all I'm saying. So, love you guys. Take a good care of yourself. Happy weekend. I'll see you in the next. Take care.
Ah.